Doing something different today. We are reapproaching my FEOD 2 strategies, how to, but we are starting on my computer this time, not my phone, and we're going to do a more database approach. Since I don't really need to be on my phone during this, I'm going to be showing off. To give us a brief overview, I'm going to be describing the stage, I'm going to be listing the waves, how it goes, etc. How the fight generally goes, things to watch out for, roles you want to cover during the fight, things that'll be helpful. Then I'll be going through the very helpful FEOD sheet pinned in JP General on the Discord. Shout out to y'all for being real ones. I'm gonna list the popular characters and show them in context. And then I'm gonna show what I'm gonna be doing potentially in global, probably. I might subject to change, no promises, you know. Then I will be showing the data now in Japanese version just for fun, kind of put some context to that as well. And yeah, that should be it. Hopefully this doesn't run too long, but I'm gonna try and get as much info out there as possible. What's on screen, per usual, ain't as important because I'm gonna be telling you stuff. So feel free to tune out. Those in the background, we talk to you. Yeah. So first off, let me describe the stage. FEOD 2 is Magic Resist. Screwing up already. It is physical resist. Your physical units will not work on this stage. You need to bring magic. This stage was a stopgap for me for a bit because all I really actually no, that's not even true. I had ulti ace Kuja for the stage, but magic support wise, all I had was I had Charlotta as my only magical healer, I think, which kind of screwed me. I got a video on that team comp with Ace, Kuja, Ultimisia, by the way. I mean, Ace Kuja and Charlotta, which I'm going to link later in my big playlist. But to start off, the first wave you're going to be fighting is I think it's the Kefka boss, and it's a Coral, I think it's pronounced. I'm showing off self-promoting my content here. Old dude right here. This dude who likes to one-shot people with a massive bravery gain. And the Coral who likes to confuse. As you can see, my eco is confused. It also likes to paralyze and do other basic things. You fought the Kefka boss before. You kill it enough, and then it'll start buffing itself, and eventually it'll try and give you an HP attack. If you give it attack down with that, let me find out where I got HP attack so I can show that off real quick. Yeah, this should be it. So it'll get a turn and it'll do a bravery gain based on attack, and then it'll HP attack you. Thankfully, on this video, my Vanille was attack downing it, so it didn't gain as hard. But if you don't debuff it, you should expect it to gain about 9,000 in that run, which I could probably show off in this one. Let's see. Yeah, here's the HP attack. There's the gain. Yep, exactly 9,000. So if it should target the unit with the most HP available at the time, I believe, because I think Charlotta had the most in this run. Yeah, it'll target the unit with the highest HP and gain 9k and then HP attack. Later on, I'm focusing on the Kefka boss because it's honestly the deadly one. This another gain? Nope. But it likes to heavy shave you. I think I killed it before it attacked this time, so it was all good. Yeah, I did. The second time might kill you. I think it gains over 10k if it's not attack debuff, so yeah, watch out for that. The Curl, otherwise, it hits kind of hard and its random debuffs can kill a run, but it shouldn't be. It should be a bit more manageable. Next waves are just God, this took me forever. I didn't win this, by the way. That's a fun video. And apparently a lot of people like this video, just showing off what might not work, showing the importance of attack auras. But let me just keep pressing through. So next wave, just trash the Magitech, some gun arm thing from Crisis Core, or no, it's floating thingies. And there's 3 waves of trash in the middle, so you can kind of reset yourself. And then the last wave is a big Magitech boss, and the Eagle The Eagle, actually, honestly, both these bosses are kind of annoying, but I prefer to kill the Eagle. The Eagle has a lot of AoE Brave Shave attacks. I think this thing was featured in some chapter. I don't remember. If you fought it before, it was magic only there. It is not weak to anything, and it likes to randomly AoE not paralyze. So it's a paralyze slash sap. So it'll do like this kiss debuff, and you won't be able to move, and it'll gain massive bravery on its turn. Also, shout out to Kuja doing no damage right there. Max Brave Kuja because he caps. The Magitech is actually weak to ice and water, I believe. So bringing Shiva is good when you're trying to burst that down. But like I said, I prefer to kill the bird just because the paralyzes and the sap can really kill one of your runs. But if you manage that and don't get broken a lot, you should be good. This stage is really just it's a DPS race, but you also gotta bring a healer because you will get HP attacked. Like I said with the first wave with the Kefka boss, I think it's called the Lick. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce anything except longevity. I know how to pronounce that word. You are definitely gonna need a healer over time because this stage likes to do some damage. Batteries are good also. Something I forgot to mention about the Magitech is that it hits pretty hard as the fight goes on. Like it's pretty much guaranteed 4/9 hit. So if it's being, you don't really want to get broken unless you can guarantee a break next turn with your DPS. But these things get thick, so you definitely want to watch out for that. Let's start going over roles you want to cover. So like I started going into just now, you really want a healer for these fights, and because you're going to get HP attacked. Aside from that, you need an attack aura of some sort. Preferably, you want to stack at least, I want to say 80% in total attack buffs, because these things start getting thick. Relying on Ace's red card, or yellow card, whatever gives his attack buff, probably isn't enough unless you have some support behind that. So you want to be careful, basically, to balance DPS, support, healer. And if two are covered in one, that's even greater. Burst healers aren't really necessary because as long as you manage to keep the enemy broken when their turn pulls up, then you really shouldn't be getting one-shotted unless you're not careful. And like I said before, if you want to keep those the Brave Shave up, you need supports to get you through this. Charlotta and her 10% attack aura will make it very, very difficult to do alone. So just be wary of that. Don't run her solo on this stage because you're going to be sad. My previous video, which I keep mentioning that I was just showing off, had Ace, Charlotta, and Kuja. And in theory, that's 50% attack aura, but that combined with some of Kuja's low potencies and Ace's random card buffs I did it eventually, but it wasn't fun, and I'd recommend bringing someone more support-oriented like Deuce, Kryl, Celeste, Rem in that team composition. But let's start going into who was popular at the time. So right here we got this graph. I made a copy of this so I can screw with it. It's taken from a bit after FEOD 6, so it's showing basically who was used mostly at the time because people really weren't trying to reset their clears at the time and just fit in who worked at the time with our various rosters. Ace was very popular at the time because, well, one, he's a pretty popular magic DPS. He does his job well. He hits hard. He lasts forever with his godly HP plus. Charlotta was here because she helped people turn nuclear with her HP damage up aura. Kuja was also popular because he's got a consistent attack aura on his EX, and he got that spammy AoE attack that he can use pretty successfully, and so the bosses don't outspeed you. He's got a speed aura for the team, which is also pretty useful. Like I was saying before, just because these three are in the top 3 useful does not mean they were used in tandem, because again, like a video that I'm gonna link represents, using this team together didn't end well for me. It was very painful, took many resets, many very frustrating times. Deuce is very popular. One, because this stage is pure magic, and when you pair her with magic units, she turns them nuclear. Ace, Charlotta, Deuce, and Charlotta Kuja Deuce works a lot better than Ace Charlotta Kuja, just because you're not slamming DPS in there. You're making sure people hit hard. You're covering all the roles: healer, support, DPS. It's actually a perfect combination, and I showcased this video as well. I'll also be putting a link to that. Kryl for her battery. She's not hitting super hard, but she can keep the team safe, which is a good idea with her batteries. Sarah is useful on the stage for tackling the Kefka boss in the first round. She neuters its attack, which means it's not going to bravery gain on you and hit you super hard. I think I got a Sarah video queued up somewhere in here. Shout out to y'all content creators. Here we go. Yep, found the timestamp ish. First off, this team again covers the whole support, healer, DPS sort of thing I'm kind of gunning for. Rem helps to keep the turn count down. So, come on. I missed the HP attack, didn't I? I was not paying attention. Let's see. All right. HP attack should be happening now. Sarah hit him with the attack down. So, if you saw in my previous video I was showing off, the boss gained 9k, but Sarah's attack down gimped his bravery gain, so it was only 7.8, which can definitely save runs. And on top of this is just a stacked amount of aura. So let me skip a little later in the fight, where Rem's hitting hard. She's 3 out of 3 in this video, I believe, and Sarah's Sarahing. But let's see how much Kuja does. Yeah, he's still doing decent damage into the fight. My Kuja was not looking this pretty, with Charlotta as the only attack aura. Let's go back to the data. Celeste, shout out to Infighter. Celeste can make you pretty safe. She hits hard, 3 out of 3 her, by the way, because you want her to max that damage. She's not capping, so don't be stressing. She's a tank. She works super well on this stage because since she's got last stand, she can keep the heat off your other party members, that they can pretty much freely shave bravery whenever they want. All the attacks on this stage, I believe, are magical, so Celeste will love that. And Celeste also provides bravery damage reduction if they're magic attacks, I believe, to the party. I don't have Celeste. I don't know if she works, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, she's a great option here as well. Vaughn for just DPS purposes. Ishtola, because she's busted. Emperor, Selfie Eco. The list goes on. The later characters weren't as popular here solely because they could be a bit more useful on later stages, but for the people who were still trying to get to the top of the stage or to the top of the tower and didn't quite have the roster yet, these characters are fine to throw in there. You gotta remember, the goal is to get as high as you can and then shuffle around. Don't worry about saving people for later, because you're gonna have to redo the stages at some point, because reworks, EX Plus has come out, all that stuff. So just try and focus on getting to the top. Me personally, where am I at on this? This is taken from that time. I think I mentioned that already. I am here. See, Kuja, Charlotta, Ace. I can provide pictures to back it up, but I have no reason to lie to y'all. I got it to work eventually, but this is a very painful team. I do not recommend doing that. And you can just, I'll be linking this in the description. You can check it out. Ace 2 Celeste, Tank, Buffer, DPS, Ace Kryl Selfie, Buffer, Healer, DPS, Rem Ace Deuce. You're getting the mood, right? And, Kuja, shout out to Freddy. Kuja Ace Deuce with blue card healer RNG runs. I don't think he's redone this stage since, which is honestly hilarious. Yeah, great resource right here. Let's see. Now, I know Porum is used. Did I queue up a video of Porum? Oh, yeah. Porum and Kryl. This is just fun because Porum makes you unkillable. Why worry about debuffing the Lich? I don't know how to say that. With attack down when Porum can just make you not die. Very good combo. Assuming this team worked. This team might not have worked. Yikes. That'd be tragic if it didn't. And did you do it, dude? Oh, barely. Yep. Pulled it off right on time. See, this is a long fight, by the way. Get ready to fight on these and struggle for a while. But, yeah, Porum was fine. She wasn't as popular. She was kind of a sleeper. Here's Ace Kryl, Charlotta. getting to the end. This team can do it too. I know I've seen a Lail complete somewhere in the ether. Yeah, this team did fine too. Shoot. Um, but yeah, now to say what I will be doing for this. So I'm thinking about, because I got Rem at 0 out of 3. I'm thinking running a Ace, Rem, and potentially Sarah. I think it'll work. I won't die with Sarah debuffing the bosses, and I got a perfect 108 C50s 2-star ace, so he should be hitting pretty hard. Plus the auras are stacked on that team, so I should be good for a bit. I've done these stages, so and with the announcement that Dimensions End Entropy, wow, what a name, is releasing after the main. I think I'm gonna be able to get to the Tower 4 before I burn out because I don't have a Dispeller yet. That's not Cloud. I'm waiting for Balthier. I'm getting off track. Let me show right now, just to put some context to the current sheet, some of the players, not the players, the people are using in the stages now. Where the graphs at? This stage is so pretty. Ace is still up top. A lot of people burned him there and just kept him there because he worked. Oh yeah, Shiva's popular here. I forgot to say it earlier because the last wave, the magic tech is weak to ice. So that's nice. Ace, Sarah, Kuja. These are a lot of early EX characters. Sarah got her EX plus, but a lot of people who used her probably booked her and left her alone. Deuce didn't go very far either. Charlotta, people might have left sleep on this stage. Rem, Eco, Slez. Ulti, I forgot to bring up Ulti on this stage. Ulti can clap this stage. My very first complete on this stage was Ulti, Aerith, and Charlotta. It was either Charlotta or Sarah, I want to say. And I used Ulti to get past the stage's BS, just because she was hitting hard. Aerith's turn eating didn't matter, because Ulti was free turning her way through the buffs. Yeah, but that team didn't last me long, because I ended up needing Ultimacia for the third stage, which I'll be going over in a later video. And that's a problem I hope a lot of people don't run into, because if ulti is your only magic DPS and you have to use her here, the third stage might get tricky. Just because ulti kind of avoids the BS that is FEOD 3. But that's again a different discussion. As you can see, most units are here are just magic. So even if you can't get this off the bat, there will be magic units coming down the road. And if you get stuck, remember, it's a sign you need to either diversify your roster or just, keep playing with faves. There's no rush to do this content, so don't feel compelled to pull. Now, let's look. No. There we go. Roster don't freeze on me. There we go. So yeah, Renoa base, Deuce, Celez, Kujace, Deuce. Things are pretty much solid here. Leave newer units or base new units are also useful here if you don't feel like booking them or investing in them. You can throw newer units here to help carry you. Good stuff like this. This stage is very accessible. This is what I'm at right now. I have not updated my sheet. Oh boy, I'm gonna do that later. Yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to go over. I think I tackled mostly how this stage works. Here's my video on Charlotta, Ace, and wow, Deuce. Went pretty well. Went much safer than my run. So again, I want to say your focus here should be DPS, support, whether it be a tank. No, let me rephrase it. DPS, support, and a healer. The healer can be substituted with a tank like Celez. Actually, Celez is the only tank that can do the stage because she's the only magic tank. So if you don't have Celez, you're going to need to bring a healer. Charlotta can fill that role. Rem can fill that role. But you're going to need some other sort of offense to go alongside that. Because if you just slot 2 DPS here in Charlotta, it's just not going to be pretty. You're going to be hitting for peanuts. 20% HP damage up won't really matter when you're not doing much HP damage because you can't Brave Shave. I think that's it. I have talked for almost 20 minutes. Dimensions End, Entropy, Hype, and Global. I hope I can help y'all out. Still looking for feedback on these videos. I think I told you all I can say. I'm gonna try and get the 3 and 4 video out before maintenance. No promises. You boys got work and be tired, but just look at some of these charts. uh, uh, yeah, it's pretty skewed towards around when units released, which is fun. And oh, upcoming 5. This is gonna be a tricky one for when people release. Look at Ball Theater up there, Squall and Ferris. Let me get some Ball Theater hype in the building. All right, I'm gonna stop talking now. Hope this went well. I'm putting everything I linked and talking about it in the description. Some of my videos. Um, Give me some feedback. Let me know you liked it. Give me a like and subscribe. Share my video. Get your boy out there. Spread the word. You feel me? All right. Have a good night, y'all, or a nice day whenever you're watching this. Peace.